EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Next on Madden Football.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The punter, Jack Fox, has us ready to go, and we are underway here at Ford Field. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now, he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential, and he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
On play action, Love to throw. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple. In motion left, that's Reed. Off the play fake, Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a first down.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun. Love. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 44 yards. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Carlson's extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Xavier McKinney.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Jaden Reed is deep for Green Bay.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Love looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Love now.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
2nd down and 3. In motion left goes a tight end. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Goff. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete. He finds Jayden Reed. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play action this time with Love. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here's Daniel Whelan now. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They were just trying to get their offense a little more room down near their own goal line, but this is just going to make things worse.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the end zone, Goff. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. So the pitch and catch good for 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Goff now looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw, Goff. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion goes Raymond. Now Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the 1st quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Love. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. That's pulled in at the 32. Going to be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They'll begin with much more advantageous starting field position than they did on their last drive as they come up here 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the 1st down marker.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. In motion goes Raymond. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10
at their own 23.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Love, they go play action now. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Look, there's no question in my mind that Jordan Love is a pass-first quarterback, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have the wheels to get out of Dodge when necessary. So you will see Green Bay occasionally throw a quarterback run play in there, but for the most part, he'll do his damage with his legs when a play breaks down and he has to get out of the pocket and try and gain yardage.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route, and they just executed that one pretty well.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he stopped immediately there.
Afitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
2nd and 10.
Throwing. Love.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
To throw now. Here's Love. And that is incomplete. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Time for another look at this Lions offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Gibbs straight ahead.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Goff.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. A shotgun snap for Goff.
Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
59 yards.
And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
Broke a tackle, but not much room there. Just up past the 25, no further. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Looking deep here for Dobbs.
And it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Lions and Jared Goff about ready to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. And he is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Khalif Raymond, 55 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
Kills.
speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Here's Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Love now. Completed out left to Dobbs. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, get me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And it's caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Josh Jacobs from 4 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Now Carlson for the extra point.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the result, a Green Bay score. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Lions now taking over late in this first half, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Goff. Complete to Wright. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now it's Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Second down and a yard. Off play action. Here's Goff. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He was slicing and dicing this defense and wound up with 3 touchdown passes in the first half.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Here's 3rd and 3. In motion left comes Williams. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Well, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that
That's
answer.
cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Love. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at the 33. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
He's got his target. That's complete.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Play action. It's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Well, the Packers offense and receiver Christian Watson getting set for this next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Love looking to throw it.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second and a couple.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing. Love.
That's to the tight end, Musgrave.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
To throw now. Here's Love.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Love. Escaping the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Aiden Hutchinson
Picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Love. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could. But let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Detroit's offense ready to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Goff now to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back to throw, Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They read zone coverage there and thought there was some space to send their guy right into the middle on a slant, hoping he would get lost. Instead, they read it quite well and closed quickly.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit.
Goff now looks to throw.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Montgomery back to the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Williams, a man in motion right. Out of the gun, Goff. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Here's Goff.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point 4th quarter lead.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
To throw is gone. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
Well, tell the statistician to add another one to their impressive total today. Great week for the defensive front. A tough one for that offensive line. Quarterback getting right back behind that line, hoping for more time to attempt a likely third down pass.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will stay a 4-point game.
Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Here's Love.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Play fake. Here's Love.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
2nd down and 4.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Derek Barnes coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The tight end in motion right. Now Goff.
That is caught by Laporta.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. And off comes to Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Throw caught by Raymond.
Well, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Goff.
This to Laporta, right side.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Goff.
Goes out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that can come back and get you.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Lions are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Love. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Love. To Dobbs, and he hauls it in.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Love looking to throw it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Musgraves got it outright.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Here's Love.
Powers through him.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Love. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Just a critical breakdown defensively turns this into a huge play. And now you've got to get up to the ball and get moving.
Now 1st and goal.
Here's Love. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves them out there with another chance.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now Love. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Love looking to throw. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful, and we've got ourselves a tie football game. Huge, huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
So now after the clutch field goal, he's back out there to boot it away in what's now a tie ball game. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. This is 1st and 10. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. From the right hash, this for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, this is caught inside the 15. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.